Okay, welcome back to the Hooks and Hands channel. I'm just gonna let my camera stabilize a bit. Alright. So, today we're going to cover the basics. So the basics include grips, like how you hold a crochet hook, hook sizes, stitch sizes, how to make a slip knot, and how to chain. Because every crochet project, or almost every crochet project you do, start with a chain. So, let's get into it. So basic grip of a crochet hook is that you hold it. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to show you like the right hand. I can do left hand perspective too. So you kind of drape the yarn over your finger, and you hold it in your right hand. You can hold it however you want. I kind of do like a weird, almost violin bow hold. It's not like you have to do like a violin bow hold. That's just kind of how I'm used to holding my crochet hook. Or I just like, basically as long as you have your index finger and your thumb, you should be fine. And yeah, it works for the other. So if you're crocheting from the left, it's the same thing. Just flip it around, basically. So when it comes to crocheting, there's so many different size hooks. So this one that I have right here, oh no, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a 4.5 millimeter. I actually don't remember what letter that is, but there's a letter system to all these crochet hooks. So the hooks that I have hooks ranging from 2 millimeters, which would be classified as a B, and up to an N, which is the 10. And like, oh wait, can you see it? Awesome. And basically whatever type of, if you have multiple types of yarn, I can grab that for you guys. Usually I just use the between 4.5 and 5.5, because that's typically what all my yarn types are. But I have this like really fuzzy, like chunky yarn that I probably use like a 7 millimeter hook with. And I do have this super thin like thread. Almost. It's not thread, it's a yarn, but you would definitely use this for a hook size this small. Here's a super thin thread, kind of. So there are different types of yarns and different patterns that you'll see will require different types of hooks, and they will require different types of yarns and different types of hooks. So anyway, let's get into it. I use, when I'm doing like double, like putting 2 yarns together, hold on, let me show you what I have. When I'm putting 2 yarns together, like, and then I'm crocheting with them simultaneously, I will use like a thicker hook so I can get a better grip on the yarn. But really, any type, just make sure you have the right hook for the right purpose. And for beginners, I would suggest getting letters G, H, and I, which I'm pretty sure is 4.5 millimeters, 5 millimeters, and 5.5 millimeters. You can go bigger too, like it's up to your discretion, but those are the best hooks for beginners. That's how I got started. So now that we know what the different, like the grip and the hook sizes are, oh, one more type of crochet hook. This one I think is called an Afghan hook, and you can use it to crochet different types of like Afghan styles. Afghans are typically like big blankets and stuff. And also you can use this with knitting. I don't know how to knit. So like if you're gonna do purl stitch, you would definitely use like a hook like this. So now we're gonna go over how to make a slip knot. So I will definitely slow mo this action and repeat it so it makes more sense. So you have, you're gonna get a yarn, right? And you're gonna loop it like that. See, do the loop? Yeah. And then then you're going to put another loop through the first loop. Right, and pull, oh, oops. Hold on. And then you're gonna put it through and pull, and then just kind of, I'll do it again, making a first loop. So and then you're just going to see how there's this piece of yarn sticking up. You're gonna pull and then just pull both ends, or just pull the end that's attached to the ball of yarn or skein of yarn that you have, and then that's how you make a slip knot. Almost all your crochet projects will start with the slip knot. Now we're going to go over how to chain, and I'll do both left and right if you want. So I'm going to tighten it. You can tighten the oh, I think I made it too tight. You can tighten it by pulling on the yarn that's attached to the ball, and then if you pull on this one, it just makes it not move anymore. So like the tail end. So now I'm going to drape the yarn over my finger like so, and I'm going to pinch where the slip knot is. It just helps me stabilize. And so when you yarn, so the way you yarn over to make a chain, you can do it once or twice. It doesn't really matter, but so you're gonna have the hook and you're gonna go so that you can grab the yarn that's draped over your finger, and you just pull. Once again, I'm gonna go over, grab the yarn, and then just pull. And if you grab like farther ahead, I guess farther up the yarn, the bigger your sometimes the bigger your stitch. Hold on, let me just. Also, if this is not taut, like if I had the grip loose and I grabbed the yarn, see how loose that stitch is kind of compared to the others? And then if I were to pinch it really tight and grab, okay, let me undo that one. If I were to pinch it really tight and like grab as little yarn as possible, then that makes the stitch a lot more tighter, which actually makes it harder to go back in when you're turning your chain to make it thicker. So I suggest just make sure that this yarn that's draped over your finger is taut, and that you just grab it. And that way your stitch sizes can be consistent, and it'll be easier to go back into the stitches, because after you chain to a certain extent, you're going to go back into those stitches, which I will talk about in the next episode. And just like really loose makes it look a bit sloppy, and really tight makes it hard to even go back in. So you just, the first thing my aunt had me do when we were crocheting is she had just me chain. That's all I did, was chain. Just keep chaining. You get a practice, and you get a feel of like, oh, okay, so this one was too tight, and these ones were too loose. And then and over time you just practice and practice to get like a consistent stitch size. Yeah, that's what crocheting really is. It's fun, but it's also practice, because you want to get, if you want to ultimately like sell things, you want to make sure that your stitch sizes are consistent, so it doesn't look like it was made by a second grader. Anyway, so thanks for this episode, and see you next week. This is how you slip knot.